Hello, Steve White, Steve Art C9. Well, they finally released a trailer for the new I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel. It's kind of like a reboot in a way, but a sequel. So they've done it the right way, where they're keeping the original canon intact, the original history and legacy, and just continuing on the story with new characters. And we actually have a hook man. We actually have a fisherman with the hook in the video. Now the trailer starts off, it's only 2 minutes, starts off with a moderately handsome guy and some girl. She's having a bath and he's being killed downstairs while she's relaxing for headphones and her bath bomb and everything. He gets shot through the body several times with I think a metal arrow, and keeps getting pulled back into the backyard and killed. And I'm assuming he was one of the people who was actually involved, or he may have just been the partner of, I'm not sure, because there's a couple of cute guys in this video, not on Ryan Phillippe level, but still. Yeah, it just shows her realizing she's being hunted. Someone gets a card saying, "I know what you did last summer," and she's like, "Oh my god, do you think this has something to do with what happened last?" It's like, okay. And then they have an interesting scene where they see Mr. Freddie Perez Jr., who, despite all his issues, is still the character in the first film. He steps forward in like a town meeting because apparently people know this is happening. It's not like the first time where no one believed them and it was all happening in secret. This time it's out in public, the community knows, the legend of the original killings are known, and I love that idea. I like the idea of like communal horror and legacy and people knowing what's happening, because it's so much harder than just people out in the forest in the middle of nowhere and no one knows what's happening. It takes a smarter script, a better writer, if it's done right. So I'm looking forward to that element of it. And they actually have one girl approaching a certain lady, it looks like a university, saying basically, "I need your help." And she's like, "I just have one question. What did you do last summer?" And it's like, she used the line. Yeah, so it looks good. It looks like they're not a couple anymore, which is fine, because they might get back together. We might get to see them get back together, or they may just be friendly, having broken up, and maybe the trauma of all that happening to them stopped them from actually succeeding as a couple. Who knows? But it's nice to see them back. We didn't see any sign of Sarah Michelle Gellar. The rumor is she's actually in the film. There is a photo of her on her character on a grave, and that's it. And I'm like, well, that's an interesting little cameo like Jamie Lee Curtis had in Halloween 4, but it doesn't really require the woman coming all the way to Australia and filming a scene, because my understanding was they filmed it here, but I actually haven't checked any of this out. I'm just guessing, but it looked good. The characters didn't look that interesting, but who cares about them? It's all about the legacy characters, and the other people are just fodder to be killed while we get to those guys working it out and taking on the copycat or the original killer who's back somehow. Who knows? I'm fascinated. Is it going to be a copycat? Is it going to be a new person? Is it going to be just some person just happening to do the same thing all over again, or is it someone copying the original? Is it that well known? It seems like, because it's known in the town and they're talking about it, and Freddy's actually telling them, you have to do something about this, that maybe it could be someone playing on the legacy, or it could be that person is back and he just has been hiding for all this time. Now I'm trying to remember how he died in the first and second film. Like, I just watched these films a couple of months ago. I had a marathon because I'd never seen the third film, which was woeful, and I watched all three, but I still can't remember how he dies in either film. So could he be back? Could it be the original killer? I don't know, but the trailer looks good. The rest of it is just people basically running and being scared, and the usual sort of horror stuff. There's a moment where it pauses, where a girl says, "Oh my god, this it's so beautiful, I could just die here," and then they have her being attacked. It looks like in a bar or something, or and yeah, is it June 19 or July 19? July 18, exclusively in theaters, July 18, in premium formats. And this is from Columbia Pictures, sorry. So yes, it looks good. I'm really happy they're doing this. Scream never went away, so it doesn't need to come back and have like a big anniversary sort of legacy sort of movie. But I know he did last summer. Only had 2 real sequels. The third one just was woeful, direct to video and just woeful, and nothing to do with anything. So they can just skip that and go to a legacy sequel, and I'm really happy with that. I'm glad they did that, because I was a little bit sad that we never got any more of it. That, you know, it didn't have the legs that Scream did, because Scream, they had a new criminal, a new killer every time, and that kept the main cast. This film, you know, it was a little bit more traditional, and it just didn't have the longevity that Scream did. But I'm glad it's coming back in a legacy film, and I'm just looking forward to seeing it. There's something about having, you know, the films you love come back sort of validates your faith or taste in them in the first place sometimes. But I'm going to go.